there's a part of me that even wants to get more and more basic. I went on a very long through hike called the Camino de Santiago. You could only carry about, well, you can carry what you want to, but you have to walk with it every day. 16 to 18 miles a day, and I did 46 days. One, it taught me to get over any fears I had of getting up, because I went by myself. There were people out there, but I went and I got started and I walked every day on my own. It taught me what you need. You live with what you need. And so I see the value of having the things I want, but I also know that it can be smaller, 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 smaller. And you can live a really full and joyful life with less if you're aware of what's the minimum that you need to bring you joy.
Sponsored by Midland. Communication for every adventure. The industry leader in radio communication technology and innovation for over 50 years. Sponsored by MYMEDIC. Sponsored by TEMBO TUSK. Sponsored by Trail Rated Coffee Company. Sponsored by CK Knife and Tool.
Always remember, the opinion you follow should be your own. Just consider the things stated here to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online.
Hey everybody, my name is Crystal Fox. Some of you know me as Hannah, some of you know me as Luann, some of you know me as, hey, did I go to school with you? Do I know you? And I'm like, maybe, I don't know. All of that, but you know me, most of you know me as real. And that's what this moment is right about now. I'm just out here doing what all of us, well, some of us are doing, and I hope most of us will get into doing, and that's finding your happy place. So I'm Crystal Fox. Did I grow up camping, overlanding, or doing any of these things? No, I did not. I will say I had an uncle who RV'd regularly, and he took me one time as a little girl. Loved it, didn't think about it anymore, thought it would be in my life forever, and it wasn't. But I love the outdoors, but no one around me did. None of my friends, as I grew into adulthood, they did not like it. People don't like bugs, they don't want to do this, they don't want to do that. I have a tendency to get involved in a lot of things, and it sounds exciting, and people will tell me they're going to go, and then they would cancel. And yeah, you can cancel on me if you want to. I'm still going to go. And so that's what happened. But I didn't get back to it until I went to work in Oregon. And I was 40 years old, and a group of people went camping, and I loved it. I asked the person that took me to take me to the store and help me get the basics. I got them. I didn't know that they don't encourage you to do it alone. So I took my gear, and I went camping by myself in Oregon. It was absolutely fantastic. And I decided from that day forward, I would keep exploring it, keep growing in it, and stay involved in it. Yeah, but it's been very interesting because you don't see that many of us, I mean the brown melanin enriched people, doing it. And it's an interesting thing that I want to share with everybody. Stop letting people tell you what we don't do. If you don't know me, you don't know what I do and don't do. And one of those things is I do whatever I'm inclined to do, excited to do. And I'm excited about the outdoors. The outdoors belong to everybody, everybody. So I'm learning, growing, and doing the thing. Oh my God. So here's the thing. When as most of you know, you probably heard me say it, I didn't become an actor to become famous or a celebrity. I did it because it's what I love to do, just like this. So to be honest, I started looking for other people that were doing it to make sure I was doing it properly and safely and to keep growing. And then I did start looking for people of color who had done it and wondered what their experiences had been. Well, as I delve into that research, I came across Sonia and Nakota. Oh, StaplesInTents. They have become my new Netflix. I love you, Netflix. Thank you. Anyway, that's not a plug, but they have become my new Netflix because they were inspired, I guess, the same as me. They wanted to see what it was about, and they tried camping, and I found out they lived in Atlanta, but I never got to meet them. And some of the equipment that they used, I had looked at and explored, and Sonia bought it, and I was like, I waited 2 years for that jet boil. Sonia has said it's fabulous, I'm gonna get it. So I am a fan of theirs. I'm telling you, and when I found out they were gonna have the gathering, I was like, what? I get to meet Sonia and Dakota. And that's how I feel being here today. Not only to meet them, but to come out here with a lot of like-minded, wonderful people. We're all learning from each other, sharing with each other, and fellowshipping. It's extraordinary. So I'm out here to support them, educate myself, and contribute to the community of overlanders, campers, and anyone who loves the outdoors and nature. More times than not, anything I've ever chosen to do, one is I believe in being a transparent person. I avail myself to people, and more times than not, people don't fail you, they avail themselves to you. And what I've learned is, some of you know I'm a motorcyclist, the motorcycle community, the outdoor community, anything I've ever really reached out to people for, when you're in a community of like-minded people, it's almost like a guaranteed family. So it's this dual wonderful thing. People were already open to me because I'm here and willing to help as soon as they saw me pull up with my camper, everything. Offer suggestions. Nobody, you don't feel too put upon, you feel helped and guided. And then they discovered what I did, so that kind of ramped it up a notch in my favor. I want to say it gave me stronger hugs. But all it did was, it was like icing to the cake. But what I also loved is that once they knew what I did, once we got past the wonderful gift that can be, we went right back to the thing that we're here to be, is family together, learning what it is to be a camper, an overlander, a new camper, or someone who's just interested in finding out what it's all about, because we came here with the same intentionality. So it's awesome. And it's everything I thought it would be. And I could hug Sonia and Dakota every 5 minutes if they'd let me, because I truly am a fan. I am, and my dear friend Myron, who is living vicariously through me. Oh my God, you would love them. They're wonderful. They're wonderful. Oh, I get nervous when you ask me what kind of rig I have, because some of these people got deep languages about that. They're like, I have so and so and so. I'm still like, I have. I looked at this particular camper for 2 years because it's a little pricey, but it was because I also wanted a toy hauler, and I didn't want to have a toy hauler. Toy hauler is a word for something that you carry your motorcycle on. So I wanted something to be able to carry my motorcycle, and I wanted to go camping, and I didn't want all that gear. It could be a kayak because it put me in the water. I like to be by the water is healing, but to be in it and amongst it and with it, where it's going, and then you trust again, you're out there on your own. It's another level of trust. But the other one, it sounds basic and simple, a book. But a book that you actually take the time to do all this, relax, be still, and read again. And I mean read. I don't mean on my iPhone. I like holding a book. And one of the things I found about it, I think I want to say that because we're so inundated with stuff that even this encourages you to go out in nature and get still. And some of the joy is the setup. It's something about the mundane doing of it. It's kind of peaceful, the movement, the activity of setting it up to get still. But to actually get still enough to read a book and nurture your imagination, our own imagination, is challenging. So I don't want that to be the case, which is why I find myself going out a lot. And I do this, and I travel, other ways as well. But travel, wherever it is, but definitely in nature, is healing. healing, and God knows we need that. I think that we are all traumatized, to be honest. And as soon as I'm in nature, in any way, I'm aware that it's a healer, that it is. Well, see, because I didn't know any better, so I'm a foodie. So the first time my friends had me prepare food, they told me I went a little overboard. I was trying to have some shrimp and things and put it in foil, and so you could throw it in the fire. And I just had one friend who's very aloof, and he was just like, okay, Fox, so that's what we're going to do? I didn't know. So I don't know. I don't have a go-to meal yet. I'm still learning. For this trip, believe it or not, I just wanted to learn so much stuff that I literally made egg salad, tuna fish, and I did make chili, because you can make a big old pot, and the chili can become nachos and chili and some other things, sloppy joes, all of that. But I'm a foodie, so I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna figure out some stuff. Don't get me. I'll have a stir fry. Oh, I was gonna make a curried vegetable dish out here. Don't get me started. I might make some risotto out in the woods. Y'all don't know. Oh my gosh.
You gotta pick one.
Oh, okay. If I have to pick one, I say seafood. Because I could eat crabs all day long. Ooh, come on, Maryland. Yeah, I could kill them. Yeah. But I like seafood. Lobster, shrimp, catfish, all that. Why would you go do it? First of all, because a whole lot of y'all are sitting there with dreams and aspirations to do it, and we don't do it. We've fallen victim to what's sad about us, whether it's aging, color. We've let our fears become our reality, and we've got to challenge each other. No, get up, do it. Find a group. It's a lot of people doing things. You don't have to do it by yourself. And the funny thing is this, once you do it, you either love it with a group or you'll say, yeah, okay, I need to do that by myself. And you'll go out and you'll try it. But you gotta get up and try it. I'm gonna tell you something. I don't think I can pinpoint that because they're so vastly different and they all speak to my soul in another way. If it was just not regular travel, but like flying somewhere, I'm mostly drawn to the ocean because I live in Atlanta, but we don't really have ocean proximity, not really. Well, it takes about 4.5 hours to get there. So a lot of times I'm just trying to get to the ocean or any body of water. But I have worked in Oregon, and there's nothing like that scape or that scope. I hadn't seen those gigantic redwoods until I was in Oregon. And you can drive through the redwoods to get to the ocean where they have wild horses. And I would not trade one for the other. It was having the experience of both that just took my breath away. That's the beauty of traveling, is how many ways your spirit can be touched by landscape that is right there. Get in a car. Some people don't want to fly. Some people don't want to do a train. You don't have to. You could go an hour outside of your city just to see something different. It's amazing. Well, okay. New Zealand. Some of my bucket list ones I have done. Africa was always my bucket list. My aunt told me that I wanted to go since I was 4, and I finally went. So motherland already up there forever. But New Zealand, the landscape. I want to go to Sydney, Australia too, but it's something about New Zealand. It's probably the fact that it is, its history is rich. It has indigenous people that they recognize and appreciate and value. So a land full of consciousness and beauty, I'm all for it. And I hope to go this year, but because of the consciousness of their leaders, We can't. So hopefully I'll get to do that next year. That's what I was going to say. It is on my bucket list to do all 7 continents. And this year I was supposed to complete it because I only had 2 left, Antarctica and Australia. So my Australia-New Zealand trip is pushed till next year. But I am going to Antarctica this year. And I know it's going to be beautiful. I know it's going to be wonderful. But the ha-ha is I am not a cold weather person. However, it is extraordinary. So I look forward to the trip. I look forward to the trip. I'm going to say this too. I'm just talking and it just sounds like she's just going. Here's the thing. So you all don't, no one gets it twisted. I know what it is to be poor, been in it. When you look at my life, people assume you have more money than I do. But here is this is the other thing about getting off the couch. This pandemic taught me one thing. If I died tomorrow, anything I saved would just be sitting there. I want these experiences so that when I can't go anymore, if I'm still here, I have memories to live off of for the rest of my days, not money sitting in a bank. Don't let something sit somewhere and you didn't go nowhere. Or do the thing that is, sorry as I mess up the mic, as if you didn't do the thing that you feel calling to you. Somebody wants to do what you want to do. Try it. Try it. So yeah, if I spend all this money doing these things, that's what you'll be able to say for me in my life at the end. She lived her life because I'm bent on living. And I don't know if you heard the statistic, and y'all that we talking to, more times than not, people wait until retirement. They keep saying, I'm going to retire and do it. And I thought I read it somewhere. People usually die months after or really short years after retirement. So they didn't get to do the thing that they worked all that time to do. Don't wait. You know, save some money and do one trip here. Save some money and do one trip here as you work towards retirement so that you have getting to retirement and these adventures on the way to retirement. Live now. What is it? Camps of America, KOAs, is one. Look that up. You'll see what I mean. They have amenities. They have activities. You can take your families to that and people around and people that run it so it feels real safe. And something I did because I wanted to go somewhere nearby and utilize and learn my equipment, but not be too far off so that if I got something wrong or if I needed to take something back or if something broke down, I wasn't too far from my home or my comfort zone to deal with it. And that's Hip Camp. Hip Camp, I don't know if a lot of people know, a friend just told me that Jay-Z and Will Smith are invested in Hip Camp, but that didn't start it, I don't think. I don't know all the history, but that just made it even better for me. Excuse me, but look at Hip Camp. You can see the reviews. You may be able to find things right near you. I went to a location that was 40 minutes from my house, and it was lovely. And it's usually privately owned properties that allow people to camp. That's a really good way to just try. And then your state parks nearby, you know. Again, those have rangers in them. Yeah, try those first and get your feet wet because you can go for a couple of days. If you're really nervous, you might be able to go out for the day, spend one night, and then you're not so far that you can't get home. Okay, that's the funny thing. I do have it. I haven't been on it. See, it's a catch-22. Social media can dull something in you. So it's a catch-22. Let me be real clear. It's part of our business. So I was told to get it. I didn't necessarily want it. But there is a value as well. Just don't get stuck in it. So yes, I have Twitter and Instagram are the same. And it's only the number 1, Crystal Fox, on both of those. And on Facebook is Crystal Fox Fans. So I do check and see what y'all have to say sometimes. No, I do, but not on a regular basis because I think we're being affected by it more than we know, and that also leads to us not living full and productive, our own individual full and productive lives based on what we think is being said about us or not being said about us, and we think we're getting our identity from that. Mm-mm.
You have been listening to Waypoint Overland's Random Waypoints. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.